It's good to come out and play well. Norfolk's a pretty good team. They got upperclassmen. They play the game the right way. They don't just run out there and throw it around. They got a purpose to how they play. They got, it was good to see us play through our principles for the first 3 minutes of the game. We practiced real well yesterday in our shoot-around today. We were really, really engaged. I thought we played well on both ends of the floor, in the first half, offensively and defensively. Excuse me. We just didn't make jump shots in the first half. Came out the second half and went bang, bang, bang. I think Justin makes one, Sonny makes 2 or 3. Just kind of gave us life, gave us confidence. So I was happy for our guys. They needed something good to happen to them.
Frank, 11 threes, 2 games after going 0 for 18. I mean, you've said before this team could be a great three-point shooting team, but just how good does it feel when that first one goes in and the rim starts looking a little bigger?
Yeah, that's Dave. Let's be happy that I don't overreact the way some folks in this room or maybe even some of our fans overreact because we go 0 for a game. We got all our guards, with the exception of Hassani, in their first year in our program. Justin Minaya isn't shooting it well right now, but Justin has made threes for us in the past. I got no concerns about him. He's got to get better defensively right now. I'm not worried about his jump shot not going in. Defensively, he's breaking us down. He's got to get cleaner with his reads and his coverages. But I don't know if we're going to be a team that makes 10 threes a game, or are we going to be a team that some nights don't make threes? I got no idea. I just want to make sure we take good shots and that the right guys shoot the threes, and we're doing that. We need Justin and Trey, who both can make threes. We need them to make their threes. Hassani, actually, I'm going to take a shot at him, but it's a positive one. For the first time in his career, he came in and decided to spend time in practice shooting balls, after practice, before practice. So guess what? The ball went in the basket for him, and he didn't hesitate from the word go. He was out there engaged, ready to go, and that's what he needs to do for this team. There's those AJs and Trey and now we got TJ Moss back. Those guys keep getting their feet wet. Here's what I like about them. They make good decisions with the basketball. That's the thing I like the most. I see them make shots in practice. They got to continue to believe in what we're doing and grow, and shots will go in.
Was there a particular moment since Friday with the team, like a come-to-Jesus moment or just some sort of thing where you saw this team kind of come together and respond from that adversity you guys have faced?
It's a new team. It's got a lot of first-year guys, and I've got to do a better job with the 3 most experienced players, with Chris, Mike, and Hassani. I've probably done a real bad job with those 3 guys. Mike was really engaged today. Mike took a charge today. I can't remember last time he took a charge. That's how engaged he was. Chris was engaged. Now we got to get Chris to get going offensively. But part of the thing is, too, that we've got some guards now that are, like Booker at the end of last year, if you remember that. Teams are so focused on Chris that as the year went on, Book really started feeling comfortable, and he started making threes because he was getting them. Well, that's what happens now with Chris. Everyone that we play comes out, and they zone in on him. So if you think about the second half, we started making threes, and all of a sudden he gets a mid-post up, and he hits Mike on who's great pass. Mike didn't stand and watch. He cut behind his defender's head. Then the next time down, the ball goes in there, and he didn't hesitate. He didn't hold it. He just turned to his strong shoulder, knowing guarded by a smaller player, and just shot it over the top. That'll come for Chris as our guards learn how to play with him better. And then I've got to help. I've got to do a better job. That's why I said with those 3 guys, I've got to do a better job helping them.
Yeah, with your guard play, was this a good test, the way they extended that zone, and particularly with AJ? How did you think he navigated the way Hassani played off of him?
That was my biggest concern going into the game today. They junk it up with different zones. They go 1-3-1, they go 2-3, they go 3-2. Then they give you a 2-3 look, and it's a matchup zone. So they keep you, and every once in a while they just go man. So they keep you guessing. And with so many first-year guards, I was concerned that we get stagnant, get confused, and just stand around. And we didn't do that. A couple times we did and didn't play well. We had bad possessions. But for the most part, the 2 or 3 things that we said to the guys, when you're not sure, run this, we ran it. And then what happened is we spaced the zone. Regardless of what defense they were in, they kind of spaced it. And that's where A.J. Lawson's getting real good. You saw Justin do it a little bit. Sneak them right into the middle of it and attack it. And, but I was concerned because of the way they changed zones. I was concerned that we'd end up standing around and not getting good shots.
Kind of sticking with guard play, TJ got his first, I guess, real action tonight. Just what did you see out of him, and how do you feel like he can kind of work his way into the mix?
Yeah, TJ's a good player. TJ's got a real good mind for the game, really understands how to play. He's another capable three-point shooter. When you're battling a foot, it's hard to shoot balls with a boot on your foot. It's hard to get repetitions. And he's going to have good days and bad days right now with that foot. And it's not. It's a weird injury. It's not a stress fracture. It's a different deal on the side of his foot. Just got to manage it until eventually it kind of quiets down and goes away. That's why we shut him down for 2 weeks. And now we got to manage it. And he's going to have to, which is what young kids don't do. They kind of get too quiet with stuff, especially injuries. He's going to have to be completely honest with our trainer and with me as to how he feels, so we can help him manage the foot. Because he's going to have to, maybe over Christmas when he gets 6 days off or something, maybe that foot quiets down even more. But he felt real good the last 2 days, and you saw him today. He moved around pretty good. So we're optimistic that we can get to the finish line with him.
AJ had 8 assists, 6 rebounds. Was this just another big step in his development tonight? Yeah,
he's got a confidence about him, and he's on the go, and he sees passes because of his size, and that's I think I told you guys that I should have been playing him at the point more since the first day. And I didn't. Well, we've been playing him a lot at the point because he's got imagination as to what's there. With him, his turnovers for the most part are freshman turnovers. Number one, I say casual. You just kind of get a little laid back and now you fumble a ball or whatever. And the second one is strength. Sometimes he drives and there's a bump and he's not strong enough yet to deal with the bump and complete a play. But that'll come. That'll come with him. He works at it. Here's the best part about A.J. Lawson is he wants you to coach him. Like in the first half, he's got a bad habit. He'll stick his right elbow out when he shoots. And anytime he sticks his right elbow out, then all you got to see, look at the ball. You see the rotation, it changes. When he sticks his elbow out, then all of a sudden he engages his left hand on the shot. And at halftime I said, AJ, PJ, AJ, TJ, KJ. Holy cow. I said, AJ, get your elbow under the ball, man. Get your left hand out of your shot. He said, and he went out and did it in the second half, and the ball went in for him. So he's fun to coach. He really is. Great demeanor.
Frank, did you see I guess more of an impact or an energy from Chris and Mike today? It seemed like they really came out great, and then, of course, got in a little bit of, contact foul trouble.
Yeah, they guarded. They both took charges. They both are ball screen deep. This is what I told them. Last year, all our guards were basically first-year guards, too. Our ball screen defense was the 4th best ball screen defense in the country at the end of the year, okay? At least that's Matt Figger still calling me and telling me these things. Because he said, Frank, I want to see what you do with your ball screen because this is it. I said, Matt, you still paying attention to all those efficiency charts? But that's what he said. So I told the guys, I said, last year, the bigs are the ones in our ball screen defense, the bigs are the ones responsible for calling out the coverage. Those same guys, they were real good at it last year. And for whatever reason this year, we slipped. And you know, we got to get better. We got to get better there because that's what everyone does to loosen us up defensively is ball screeners. So we got to get better there.
Going back to Hassani, when did he get in those shots? Was it yesterday, today? Like, what are some of the details behind that?
Yeah, I can't be in there when he's shooting balls. But, you know, I was told he came in there the day after the Stony Brook game and shot balls. When I walked out for practice, he had already been out there for 20 minutes shooting balls with a lather of sweat going. When practice ended, he was still in there shooting balls. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. You want the ball to go in for you in a game, you got to put in the work. You can't just show up and hoop. You know, and that's where the growth in players has to come. And you got to take shots where you get them from in a game. That's another thing. As an upperclassman, you know where our offense is. You know where the shots are at. Get them from your spots, and he did that.
How much does that help you when you can point to that, whether it's for him or anybody else, and say, hey, just put a little more in? That's
where Dwayne noticed. If you guys remember, I can't remember whether it was junior or senior year, he just wasn't making shots. And I got asked, yo, are you concerned? I said, I ain't concerned about that. Man, that guy's in the gym every single night shooting balls. That ball's going to go in the basket for him. And what happened? As the year unfolded, that ball went in the basket for him. But now he does it. Sindarius does it. So here's P.J. Dozier, who never did it as a freshman. And all of a sudden, he starts doing it. So now he's more engaged as a sophomore and a better player. And Michael Carrera. And then, so now everyone else pays attention, and they come in and do that too. That's where the guys that want to be great and want to win, it's extra work. You know, we probably don't use the 20 hours a week that we're allotted. We probably use just a little under. But still, I'm not going to make them – I'm not a micromanager. I don't live my life that way. I invest I tell people what they need to do to be good. If they do it, then I stick with them. When they don't want to do it, then it's hard to play them. And then when they shoot in the game, I'm saying, don't shoot the ball. You know, and we got so many first-year guys. We need guys like him and Chris. And, you know, Kotsar was in there shooting balls too. Hey, guess what? He made a jump shot today. You know, it's you got to do that. Got to do that. And then it's like negative vibes permeate. Well, positive things permeate too. And that's the fight that you're always battling in a locker room. What vibe's taking over your locker room? The guys at work or the guys that deflate you? And you know, and that's what you're battling.
Frank, Hassani said that Chuck showed the team the All Blacks video. Wonder if you've ever
the what video?
The All Blacks video, of the All Blacks, the rugby team.
Yeah.
Have you ever, sampled that dance they do for any team of yours, or are you familiar with that ritual?
You don't watch me every game on the sideline. You can probably say I'm the leader of that dance.
But what went into that? I mean, do assistants normally show kind of videos at all, or
the unity? How committed those guys are, not just to playing, but to representing themselves before the game starts as a unit, how together they are. And when you're united in what you do, you're united in everything you do. And that team not only represents itself, those guys, you see their faces, how excited they are to let you know this is who we are before the game starts. And then when the game starts, they play the same way. And that was the purpose of that whole video is to make our guys show you got to have passion, you got to have enthusiasm, and you have to be united. You can't get united when the game starts. You have to be united about who you are every time you put that uniform, every time you step on the court.
Early signing period starts tomorrow. There have been two guys who've announced public commitments to you. Are you expecting those two to be the signees? Are you expecting more? What can you tell us about what what you know in terms of the numbers you expect?
The two that you're aware of, I didn't get in trouble with what I just said, did I? No. Because they've made it public in social media, right? So the two that you're aware of, that's happening in the next 48 hours. I think they're doing their little deals or whatever. And we're on hold. You know, we're sitting back and fingers crossed and hoping that the third one jumps on board too. We're in deep talks there. So, you know, and if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. You know, it's 900 transfers every year. There's going to be a couple guys available in the spring. And so we've targeted the ones we want. And we're excited. And we're meeting with the media Thursday. So hopefully by Thursday, you know, I should be able to be clear on that. But we're excited. We're excited about who's signing up. We're excited about the possibility of the last one. And if it doesn't work out, then the assistants are rolling all season, making sure that last guy gets on board sometime by April.
What's the latest on Alonzo, and is he going to travel up with you guys this weekend?
Yeah, he's going to travel. He's close. He's really close. Really close. You know, it's all a strength thing. Your leg has to be at 85% strength compared to your other leg, and he's really close at that percentage. Does he play this weekend? I don't think so, but I'm optimistic that he's real close to starting to engage in practice, and as soon as he gets clear for practice, then we're a couple days away from playing in a game. It's a matter of getting repetitions and making sure that the knee doesn't swell up, because it's a little different running sprints to actually jumping, landing, cutting, falling down, getting up. You got to make sure that knee doesn't swell up. And so far, so good.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.